Hey everybody, welcome back to Headgear Garage. Got a little project I picked up at a yard sale this week. Let's see if we can't do something with it. It isn't anything special. Didn't spend a whole lot for it. Probably still spent too much, but yeah, let's just go take a look at it. What do you say? All right, there's what we got. Yep, 5 old push mowers. Picked them up for 25 bucks. Kind of look like they've been stored in a chicken coop, an active chicken coop. Yeah. So what we're going to do is take them one by one and see if we can't get them running. Obviously, we're going to go by the numbers on it. I don't know anything about these. No idea when the last time they ran, if they'll run. It might be a seized one. I have no idea. We're going to first off pressure wash them down and get them cleaned up enough I don't mind touching them. And then we're going to just see if we can't get one to run, and then work on the next one and work on the next one. Let's let them dry off a little bit, then we're going to bring them back in and we'll start tearing into them one at a time. I think the first thing we're probably going to end up doing though is pulling the plugs on all of them and just dumping, setting them upright, getting them tipped up, whatever I have to do to get into the cylinders, and pouring some Marvel mystery oil into it and letting them soak for a little bit, because I have no idea when the last time these things were pulled over or turned or cycled or ran, whatever you want to call it. And I don't want to start having pistons that are dry as all and rusty in there, who knows, you know. So let's give that a break and I'll bring it back as soon as everything's dry. All right, we got this one dried up enough that I think I can work on. It's not quite dry yet, but I'm not in a bending over kind of mood, so I got it up on the table here, nice and secure. Won't roll off, no chance of that. Let's get the, I've done nothing to these, so let's get the plug pulled out. See what this bad boy tells us. Oh my. You guys can see that. That actually looks like a nearly brand new NGK plug. That's good news. Yeah. All right, awesome. Marvel Mystery Oil, the original fuel and motor treatment. Improves compression, power, and MPGs. Lubricates upper cylinders. That's what we're looking for smoother idling. Keeps engines clean from sludge. Let's put that in there. That sounds like a winner. Let's see if this won't work in there. How about that? Let's go with that one. Let's see how much of this we can get in there. pouring out yet. A little more. I'd definitely say we're at the bottom of the stroke. Either that or it's running right through the piston, one of the two. Oh, there it is. Right to the top. Get a light. Let me get a light. Can't see nothing. Thirsty little devil. Drink up, little buddy. Oop, oop. We're full. We're full. Oh yeah, we're pouring her right out of the old carb now. We got her full. Why didn't somebody tell me it was coming out the side? That's it. Let's catch it. We can reuse it. Yeah, luckily that needed replaced anyway. All right, get a rag. Let's see if she's got oil in it. What do you think? After I just dumped a bunch of mystery in it. Let's see what we got over here. Oh yeah. Smells like just about straight gasoline. Enough to try to run it though. I think this one has some old varnished gas in it here. Let's see. Whoo! Okay. It is in the off position. Siphon some of that out, see how bad that looks. It actually doesn't look too bad, and I don't see any water in it. So that's good news. I mean, it's a little varnishy smelling, but not terrible. Definitely seen worse. I mean, it's out now, so we're not going to burn it, but we'll properly dispose of it. Yeah, I'm not seeing any water in it. Probably that dirt you're seeing was in there, or came out of that siphon. Let's see if we can't get some of that oil back out of there without making too much more of a bloodbath. And have to put it on the ground for that. Okay, let's get all right, let's get this up out of the way. Let's see if it'll pull over. Oh yeah. Don't sound too terrible. All right, let's strip this top end off of this thing and get to that carburetor and muffler. Better access. That's why we have it off here. We'll check for spark too. All right, let's go up and open this bad boy up, because I guarantee I filled it with oil. Any guesses how much oil's in here? Not too much. We found our first issue. The float is broken on this carburetor. It should be in there that way, and it came out the other way. All right. That seems better. Let's put that over. Put that on top. See if we can get that jet out. Screwdriver. Light. Okay, that jet is clear. Looks good. Spray down through there. See if that clears. All right. I definitely think somebody put this on upside down. It seems to be functioning now where it wasn't doing anything before. So let's get this thing cleaned up. I'm going to spray through these passages real quick. All right, we're going to test for spark here. I think you guys, hopefully, let's get you zoomed in there. See if we can see some spark on that bad boy. Oh yeah. Yep, we got spark. All right, got it back together. Poured a little bit of gas in it. Poured a little bit of gas on it. Let's see if it'll fire up. Fingers crossed. Got no idea. Okay, that one runs. Let's drop the oil out of it, put some fresh in it. All right, we got the oil dumped out of it. Take a look at that stuff. That is nasty. Whew. Glad I changed that before I ran it any more than I did. All right, let's move on to number 2. This one's a Craftsman 6.0, easy start, quiet. It's got a all mulcher 21 inch. So let's start, I'm gonna try to do this one a little smarter. Take this cover off first, pop the muffler and the carburetor off, and then we're gonna put the mystery oil. What's in it? I don't know, it's a mystery. So let's do that first, see what we got here. All right, that fuel tank is dry. That need to come off. No, we can leave that one on. It looks like, I don't know, I put my glasses on, it looks like Phillips heads. Let's get a Phillips screwdriver instead. Guess I should have put my glasses on first. can stay there. Set this up in the workbench and let's go over here and get that muffler off. All right, let's work on getting the plug out. Meh. It's not the greatest. Where's my... Oh, there we are. Any guesses what this thing's gonna look like? Oh my. It's not terrible, I guess. Funny that it's wet. I haven't put anything in this. Let's throw it back in there. There we go. It's a Megafire SE19J. No idea. Okay, either way. Let's leave that there. We'll give that a little brush up. All right, there we go. Puts her at the bottom. Let's let that sit like that for a little while and we'll come. All right, while that thing is sitting back there soaking, let's see what we can do to check this thing out. Okay, there's a gasket on there. I wasn't sure. There's some crud floating around in there. Nothing in that. That's good. Okay. Let's get the rest of these things cleaned up. I'm going to throw some gloves on. That brake clean's rough. Okay, we got the Marvel Mystery pumped out of it, cleaned up. We're going to test it for spark now while we got this apart, so let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, we got good spark. I don't know if you can see it or not. You see our spark? Awesome. Let's put this baby back together. Dump a little fuel in her and see what she sounds like. All right, we put a tickle of gas in her. Oil's good. It'll need changed if it runs, but we know it's got spark. Let's give her a few pumps here and give her a pull, see if it'll start. Here's 3. And we're gonna give her 2 for good luck. Still smoking pretty good. I'm hoping that's just simply because there's still a lot of that Marvel Mystery oil in there. I'm also hoping that's what's causing the surging, but it could be still a carburetor issue with it causing that. We're gonna let her run here for a little bit, see if it quits smoking, maybe quits surging. All right, for now we're gonna call that one a win. I took the air filter out, didn't make any difference. Put it back in, tried spraying a little carbon choke cleaner through there. That actually did make a difference while I was doing it, but as soon as it would burn that off, it would go back to surging. So it's obviously a fuel delivery issue of some sort. So it's something I gotta work through, but I got enough other ones here to work on yet. I have these 2 left over here. Still have these 2, that one and that one, to work on. And I want to see if I can get those running, and then we'll worry about making this one run better. Does that make sense? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Either way, it is what it is. It is getting hot. Complained about it being cold. Now I'm complaining about it being hot. What do you need, man? I don't know. I need something. I guess you're just gonna be a complainer, aren't you? Yeah, I guess so. All right, let's work on the next one. All right, this one looks to be a very similar engine as the one we just took apart. except it's claiming to be a half horsepower more than that one. They are both Craftsman. Same fuel tank, same, everything's the same on it. Well, I guess between this one and that one, we'll get one of the two that runs smooth. We get fuel in this one. And a little bit in the bottom, and it does not smell good. Oh, this one's got a cover on it, the other one doesn't have. All right, let's get to, we got oil. It's got oil, it's old. All right, started to tear down in the next one. Look at this filter. Look at that. That's just ridiculous. My gosh. I mean, this whole thing was filled up. I thought maybe 5-volt made a home in here. You can see what I'm talking about. I cleaned all this out, but thought it was 5-volt's, you know, summer home, or winter home, I guess would be more appropriate. But I don't see any signs of actual mouse stuff. It just looked like just grass just packed in there from years of use. But either way, that yeah, that's just nasty. Let's cover that up again and see if we can't get this blown out of here. Oh, that feels good on the neck. Hot! I'm enjoying it, don't get me wrong, but it's hot. Way better than being cold. Alright, we're going to continue ripping this apart. Everything's exactly the same as the last one. So I'm going to tear it down, prop it up, pop the plug out, fill that with oil, and then we'll come back when we're ready to clean the carb out so we can see how bad it was. All right, we got it torn out, got everything down. We got it soaking in some Mistral oil right now. This thing is the exact same carburetor with the exception of it has this fancy dancy auto chokey thing on it here. Okay. Either way, let's get this thing apart here. Ugh. That doesn't look great. All right, so I said this thing had an automatic choke on it. This little dooflicker right here. It's kind of really interesting how it works. Right now, while it's off and cold, this thing is spring-loaded, so it keeps the choke on. And as it warms up, this little thing here is on like a thermal coil down here. So as this thing warms up, it will spring or contract this way, which then moves this and causes this thing to open the choke. So automatic choke, just like in a car. Get this down here so you can see better what I was talking about here. So yeah, as I said, this little thing here in this current position, cold, and it has a closed choke. As the engine warms up, this thing will start to move and it'll slowly open the choke up. Pretty slick, really. Yeah, kind of neat. Just thought you might like to see it. It's kind of interesting to me. Nothing fancy about it. Real simple, super simple. Yeah. All right. As you can see, we got her just about back together. We did have spark. First, it wasn't great. Then it started coming around. So we'll see how it does starting. It's not hard to get back in here and work on this if I need to. But yeah, let's continue on. As soon as I get it all back together, we'll throw a little tickle of fuel in it, see if it'll run. So I'll bring you back. All right, we've got her all back together. Threw a tickle of fuel at it. Let's see if it'll fire up. Not gonna let this one run long. I didn't like the oil in it. All right, let's get the plug out of it. See how that looks. Start there. Ooh, she's running. Looks a little, yeah, a little bit oil fouled. It's all right though. We can work with that. I'll just leave that in there for now. All right, let's get the carburetor off. Carburetor. Oh, missed one. That would help. Take all the screws out. bolts, whatever they are. You know what I'm saying. Oh boy. That's the pump. Ooh. Yeah, not as bad as I thought. All right, let's go up and spray her off, and then I have to go get air filters anyway. So I'll see if I can find a rebuild kit locally for this. All right, we got some parts. Got all new air filters, including this greasy, grimy one here. I got a replacement for it as well. But I got 3 of these for the other mowers. Then I got a new diaphragm kit for this thing. So let's see if we can't get this bad boy back together. Got our spring back in there, got everything cleaned up. Let's put this thing back on. It's good, forgot my screwdriver. All right. Uh-oh. I think yep. How did I not see that to start with? Gas tank got a hole in it. Well, that's no good. All right, let's see if we can't get this hole repaired. What I did was I grabbed some of this steel stick from JB Weld. I've actually never used it before, but we're going to give it a try. It says it's good for gasoline, use around gasoline, oil, basically any petroleum. So let's give it a try here. We're just going to cut off a little chunk of it, knead it together, smash it on there. I did prep this surface up. I sanded it down with some emery cloth, cleaned it up pretty well for where I need it to go. And we got it all cleaned up. So let's get this show rolling here. Let's see, how much do you think I need? I don't think I need too much. Choose the old scissors. Let's say that much. That back in the tube, closed off. Just knead this out to a consistent color and apply. I think the package said it cures in like 5 minutes. Well, no, I'm sorry. It says sets in 5 minutes, cures in 1 hour. That looks pretty consistent. That's way too much. Got this thing all cleaned up Keep your eyes right here. Let's see if we get some spark out of this. Oh yeah, we got spark. All right, this is the last one. This one was probably by far the most challenging, and I'm not gonna lie, it is probably the roughest one, but let's see how she runs. Let's take a look at how our patch job is holding up. Now you see we patched it right here. No drops, no leaky leak. Nothing at all. I'm gonna call this one sorted. Gotta say I'm happy about that. That's 4 out of 5 running. I'm not gonna mess with that 5th one. I took a good look at it. The deck on it is pretty well shot. The motor itself is so old that I'm sure I could get the parts for it and everything, but it's just with a bad deck on it and an old little 3 horsepower motor, there's just no reason to mess with that one, I don't think. So I'm going to change the oil on all these, and they're all going up for sale. Nice little project for me. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please consider hitting that like button. Also, consider subscribing. Both go a long way towards helping the channel. Both cost you nothing. Either way, thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the next one. Tim, Headgear Garage. We're out.